So my queer identity has been a journey. Unlike my Latin roots, because Latin roots I knew of since I was born, basically, from the womb. Whereas with my queer identity, it's been a process to understand what that even meant for me, that I was queer. My name is David Archuleta. I'm a singer, performer, born in Miami, Florida, grew up in Utah. My mom is from Honduras, and my dad he grew up in Utah as well. My mom and her family had immigrated to Miami in her teenage years, and my dad was there for work over the summer. They met at a church dance, a Mormon church dance, and my dad approached my mom, and my mom always like, well, can you dance? Are you here to dance? Because my mom is like, she means business. When she goes to dance, it's to dance. When we moved from Miami to Utah, it was a bit of a culture shock. It was just everyone was Mormon, and everyone had grown up in Utah, and everyone was white. So it was kind of interesting. I felt actually proud that I was like, oh, my mom's brown. She would bring a bit of like that Latin flair to church talent shows and activities as well, getting everybody up singing Gloria Estefan, singing the conga. Come on, chicken, baby, do that conga. When I was a contestant on American Idol, it really launched me in front of everybody. You know, there was like 30 million people watching every week, and we couldn't go anywhere without bodyguards. It happened so quickly because I was literally in my junior year of high school still in January. I made it to the finale. I got second place. I got signed to a record label. I released a single, Crush, and I had this whole fan base, millions of people. I was doing a tour. I was doing all these jingle ball kinds of shows in New York and Chicago, and was there with like Katy Perry and Lady Gaga and Rihanna and Chris Brown, and I was just like Kanye West, and I was like on the same lineup as them, and they were coming up and saying hi to me, and I was like, what is going on? Like just earlier that year, I was still a junior in high school. What do? I don't even know how I got here. I'm not ready for this. It happened so quickly. 17 years later, I finally found my rhythm in this world of being a performer and artist. So my queer identity has been a journey. Unlike my Latin roots, because Latin roots I knew of since I was born, basically, from the womb. Whereas with my queer identity, it's been a process to understand what that even meant for me, that I was queer. It's something I had been taught all my life as a faithful person, a person of faith, was to be honest, to be true, because God was truth. And I just felt like, how can I be true when I'm not being honest about myself, to myself or to anybody, and to the girls that I was trying to marry? So I thought, in order to understand myself and to understand God, I think I have to be honest, because that's what God just told me to do. The first person I called, when I finally decided it's okay to do that, was my mom. And I said, Mom, just so you know, I'm gonna start dating guys. My mom said, honey, I love you, but I love God more, and I can't accept this about you. I testify to you that God's plan for you is to marry a woman and to have a family, and that is his plan for happiness. I said, Mom, up until a week ago, I believed all of this that you're saying. I get where you're coming from, but I got to a point where I almost took my life because I was believing that and didn't think there was any other way of happiness for me. But this was my experience. I prayed. This was my answer I got. I know that you don't agree with that, and I don't need you to accept my decision. I just need you to respect that I'm making the best decision for me right now. Even up till now, like talking about the grief you feel, losing the faith that you once had, and the community that you were once a part of, that you felt safety in, you felt purpose in, and I'm letting go of that, because I let go of my Mormon beliefs and the faith, and I'm like, what is my purpose now? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be living for. So I started writing about it, and it was such therapy to find an outlet to express those emotions and to grieve and to relate with other people who were going through the same thing. When I think of storytelling, I think of connection. It could be connection to the people around you. It could be people in the future. It could be a connection to your past. I think it's just about expression. And for me, art is about just connecting with others and language and feeling a way that you can be understood and understand others around you. To my younger self, I would say, especially, knowing now that that little boy was always an aspect of who he was is queer, what you are afraid of in you is not something to be feared. And if anything, with time, you will see how it'll be a source of strength. It'll be a source of authenticity to now find a place of healing and confidence and be like, you know what? I can discover myself. I can find meaning and happiness. There's more to life than just the bubble that I had grown up in. And it's a very exciting time of life now.